Hi guys, Donny here. Solutions in the Global Crisis on 3/16/2020. So, after my last dictation and I got bombarded with this new virus that came up, I had to reshift my focus of navigation because I think that this is really important, and it also relates to what I was talking about months ago with the uh, infringement on the gorillas that we've been talking about on their environment. The encroachment through poaching and deforestation is how we got so close to the contact, and also the researchers and the biological experts that decided, how much contact these people should be having over there. So, these animals were coming into complete contact with the staff over there, and I was questioning that months ago, and had been making points about that. If you study my videos, even before this thing came up with the coronavirus. So now that this thing has become a part of our reality and thrown in our face almost, that it's an issue, one of the points I wanted to bring up was healthy people are the enemy to a virus. So when you go to a facility that is utilized for the medical purpose of combating sick people, you are exposing yourself to that virus. And having an immune system that's healthy through naturopathic medicine is what I think people should be focusing on right now. And, the quarantine is also obviously important. So, the plague is what I call it. The coronavirus has natural and ancient treatments that need to be researched that could combat this, if it occurs in people that have a compromised immune system. So, the zoonotic viruses and treatment, globalization. There's an author, David Quammen, who writes a book, Spillover, and it's Animal Infections and the Next Human Pandemic. History in a story format, basically. So, a zoonosis is an infectious disease in humans that originates in animals, okay? After that transmission through either a live animal as a reservoir, a dead animal, and intermediates, like pigs or vectors, it can be transmitted human to human, but it starts with an animal. So the DNA that's used in other in other viruses to wreak havoc on the body is less vulnerable because it can proofread and correct itself with these double strands of DNA. But this virus uses the RNA, which has less strands and doesn't have this proofread and correction process. So it's a lot more vulnerable. Now, the World Health Organization has a quote: "Globalization, or the increased interconnectedness and interdependence of peoples and countries, is generally understood to include the interrelated elements: the opening of international borders to increasingly fast flows of goods, services, finance, people, and ideas, and the changes in institutions and policies at national and international levels that facilitate or promote such flows. Globalization has the potential for both positive and negative effects on development and health." Traveling, okay? Americans have this lust for traveling all over the world. It's like, I live in Santa Cruz, and a lot of people travel all over, and we have to realize that that's a huge factor when there's a pandemic, in the world that is killing people. Now, I know there was a lot of genocide in Rwanda. In Germany, 6 million is what they estimate, but who knows how many people. And there's many people have been dying through bad leadership. Okay, so you need to be the silverback gorilla that takes the tribe and utilizes its voice now to solve these problems. Not in some intellectual way of utilizing history's repeating itself as an idea, but take hold of the now and make these changes, guys. Stay where you are and leave these creatures alone to flourish and maintain their isolation, avoiding transmission of these viruses. And with a healthy immune system, we can work on, not having a place where these viruses can reside. Okay, the amount of planes in the sky was staggering during this outbreak, but we grounded the ones when there was a terrorist attack. What is going on, guys? Is it too expensive to pay attention? Travel continued, aviation and infections. It happens in planes because there's a high density layout of seating and you're exposed to low humidity and hypobaric oxygen. Okay, so in 1980, we announced the eradication of the smallpox that happened from 1696 through 1700s. Okay, 1980, do the math on how long it took for that to be eradicated. This is not a joke, guys, and everybody's acting like it's a zombie apocalypse, and you guys are forcing the poor and homeless to have to, feel like they're completely helpless because, they're out there in it, and buying up all the stuff in the store is a reflection of the classism that happens when money separates people. It's ridiculous, but we have to study and focus on the positive things and the solutions to these problems. So yellow fever was an American plague, and it was a zoonotic virus transmitted by a mosquito eventually after the animal to man in 1905, and the last breakout was in 1930. 1930, the vaccines were developed rather for that breakout. So look how much time expired, like 25 years before they could supposedly eradicate it. And like I said, it can resurface if we're not taking these precautions now before it becomes something that eradicates families and cultures. So 17D vaccine reproduction, if you could look at a vaccine that treated that, it might help to treat the zoonotic virus of the corona. So it goes from the jungle to the monkey to the mosquito and comes into contact with humans, human to human, via a mosquito. All research must withdraw from these animals now. Avoiding contact is paramount now. I was talking about this in the beginning of January. It's now in our face. Neurological transmission, minority influencing the majority, influences our democratic ability to change these issues. So we become paralyzed by the fear mongering in the media, and we're not able to respond as an individual American, wherever you are from. To respond to these issues is paramount, by using your voice. Physical reality changes according to our cognitive reality. So the last point I want to bring out is it has to start neurologically, I believe, before the physiological manifestation can be seen in the world, guys. This starts in our mind, accepting the fact that we need to boycott this encroachment into animals' lands through deforestation. We just all go on. We're lucky to have a job for a little while and surf some waves and enjoy our life. We need to start becoming leaders of this country through the power of our voice and by doing the hours of research to find these solutions, guys, now, because everybody else is just perpetuating what we've seen through history. The medical industry, is connected to all the things that you want to complain about. Well, now's the time to stop complaining and let's do something about this, guys. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Loving you.